Hello everyone, this is Force Cyclone here, back with another video. I'll be giving you updates on the tropics in this video. Today is the first day of the Atlantic hurricane season. I'm very excited. I'm looking forward to giving you guys all the updates this season, and I really hope we have an active season. And that's just for me. And if you like to get the updates on the tropics and you like the tropics and want to see what's going on in the tropics, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is Force Cyclone here. Please subscribe to my channel, turn post notifications on, and yeah, I'll be giving you guys updates today on Atlantic, Eastern Pacific, and Central Pacific hurricane season. So let's jump right into the video. So this is from the National Hurricane Center. This is as of 7:46 a.m. Eastern Time, June 1st, 2023. It is 8:20 a.m. June 1st, 2023. And we still have that tropical disturbance. This is AL91. This is centered northeast of Gulf of Mexico as of 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Shower thunderstorm activity has gotten better organized, and they bumped this up 30%. This is now has a 50% chance of developing within the next 48 hours and 7 days. Now, this storm still is able to produce strong winds and heavy rain to the Florida Peninsula within the next day or two. So the storm is tracked to move south into near western Cuba. So this storm is maybe it might be able to develop to a tropical depression or storm as in the National Hurricane Center. But yeah, so this storm has a better chance of developing than yesterday and the day before at a little 20% chance. Now it's at a 50% chance. So I do expect this maybe to develop to a tropical depression maybe tomorrow or the day after. So yeah, this is from the National Hurricane Center, 50% chance. You can see the storm. You can see most of the shower and thunderstorm activity is kind of northeast of the storm due to that wind shear that's coming from the west, from the eastern Pacific Ocean. So yeah, the wind shear is gonna play in a role coming like this throughout the Gulf of Mexico is experiencing heavy wind shear as of right now. So this is really keeping the storm from developing. But the sea temperatures are very warm in the Gulf of Mexico right about now where the storm is. So it is favorable right now. It is favorable for developing, but as the days go on, it's going to be less favorable for development as it moves, south throughout the Gulf of Mexico. So yeah, actually, hurricane hunters are expected to investigate the storm, fly through the storm if necessary. Expected to do it today, actually. So if necessary, they are expected to fly through the storm and get more information and data from the storm. But you can see the storm very does look very it has gotten better organized, but looks very disorganized. Like you can see right here, the center of the storm is centered right around here. You see, there's no thunderstorm activity west of the storm at all due to that wind shear. So the storm very they get a little organized, has a 50% chance of developing. So I'll keep you guys updated if this does develop into a tropical depression or storm. But if it does develop into a tropical storm, it's expected to be Tropical Storm Arlene. So yeah, that's the first name on our list. So yeah, regardless of this development, it is expected to bring heavy rainfall throughout the Florida Peninsula through this weekend. So yeah, and strong winds actually if this develops to a tropical depression or storm, especially maybe 40, 30, 40 mile per hour winds. So yeah, that's of the Atlantic. This that's of this only area we're tracking in Atlantic during Atlantic wide. You can see the only area right over here in the Gulf of Mexico. You do have some tropical waves just coming off the western coast of Africa, but not expected to develop as of the National Hurricane Center. It's not expected to development. We do have some very disorganized shower thunderstorm activity just southeast of the storm disturbance right over here, southeast of AL91 actually. Very disorganized, bringing very a lot of shower thunderstorm activity to the Bahamas, a part of Cuba, maybe northwest Haiti. So yeah, I'll keep you guys updated on this storm. And this is the Eastern Pacific. You can see we have the tropical waves right over here, but it's not expected to develop within the next couple days or 48 hours. And the Central Pacific, we don't have any disturbances from the Central Pacific at all. You can see you have some rain and shower thunderstorm activity just southwest of Hawaii right over here, but that is not expected to develop. But yeah, this we all we're watching is this one right here. This is not expected to develop. Very disorganized. This is from National Hurricane Center. So yeah, this only storm we're tracking is AL91. So let's look at the satellite image. Just Atlantic wide. We do have some tropical waves coming off the west coast of Africa, like I said, but it's not expected to develop. And we do have that area right over here. We do have AL91. It's not expected to develop at all. Well, it is expected to develop. It has a 50% chance of developing. But if it does develop, it'd be like a tropical depression as it lingers south into near western Cuba. So yeah, it is expected to bring heavy rainfall throughout um, the Florida Peninsula, and hurricane hunters are expected to fly through the storm. So we were getting more information as they fly through this storm. Let's look at the Gulf of Mexico where the storm is centered. You can see this storm is very disorganized. You can see we do have circulation, counterclockwise circulation from the storm. You can see right over here, you can see go kind of like this and kind of like that. Sorry if my handwriting is messed up, but you can see we have some circulation throughout the storm. But most of the shower and thunderstorm activity is east of the storm actually. So as we get the keeps moving, it may gradually get better organized as the hours go on today. But it very does look very disorganized. No shower thunderstorm to the west of the storm due to that wind shear moving just like this throughout the Gulf of Mexico from the eastern Pacific. That's going to play a big role this Atlantic hurricane season due to that El Nino that is supposed to develop later throughout the season experience. So that for us, that would mean warm ocean temperatures, but high wind shear. That's going to keep these storms from developing and strengthening and weaken whatever develops within the Atlantic, Caribbean, or Gulf of Mexico. So yeah, the storm right here does look very, very better disorganized from yesterday, I could say, but not really, tropical storm or tropical depression category yet. It's still at AL91 to that disturbance over the Gulf of Mexico. The National Hurricane Center is watching. Let's look at the water vapor. You can see we have very dry, very, very dry air right over here, just southwest of the system. You can see moist air, of course, due northwest of the system, northeast of the system, I should say. You can see the center of the storm is right around here. Center of the storm right around here. Sorry, this is big. But yeah, the center of the storm is centered right around there, right around here. Center of the storm, you can see most of the shower and thunderstorm activity is northeast of the storm. So yeah, the storm is expected to move south, as the National Hurricane Center has said, maybe affect Cuba, northwestern Cuba in the next couple of days, maybe this weekend. But if this does develop, I'd expect it to be a tropical depression, not really a tropical storm yet. But if it does be tropical storm, like I said, it'll be tropical storm Arlene. No, don't expect it to be a hurricane at all. Really don't. Do have some dry air over here, right over here, due to that wind shear, making the environments over here dry, and we don't really expect anything to develop right over here. Oh, that's bad. Sorry. But yeah, this is the only system we are tracking. And yeah, let's look at the forecast models from the GFS models right over here in the tropical tidbits. You can see the storms right here will rush around 1008 pressure right over here. It's 5 a.m. June 1st. As we keep this system going, you can see it's starting to just stage right over here. Menders right off the Gulf of Mexico, bringing shower and thunderstorm activity for Florida Peninsula, like I said, and it's expected to move south. You can see the pressure has gone down a little. It's probably where it will become a tropical depression in the next 2 days or so. 1 or 2 days or so, maybe a tropical depression as a storm. You can see as the pressure goes down, the stronger the storm becomes. You can see as it goes down, it's expected to move south actually. About the Gulf of Mexico, expected to move south and move right over here, bringing rain throughout Cuba. And we still have shower and thunderstorm activity for Florida. So either way, Florida is expected to be affected by this storm. But yeah, as you can see, the storm, what I'm saying, the storm has if it does impact land, it's supposed to be just a wet storm, rainmaker instead of wind. You can see it's expected to move south near Cuba. And you can see take a look at the European model and see what they are saying. You can see the storm is centered right over here. Let's go back a little. Storm center right here with see the same pressure around 1008 millibars. As you see, keep the track going. You can see it has that same track, just like the GFS model, moving south towards Cuba and bringing rain towards Cuba, especially western Cuba. As we keep this track going, it may become a tropical depression in the next 2 or 3 days, but I'll keep you guys updated if it does. And yeah, that's from the GFS model. Now, let's look at wind shear. Now, the wind shear is going to play a big role. This at 5 a.m. June 1st. You see wind shear, that wind shear is very, very strong, over 50 miles per hour right over here. It's kind of moving like this all the way into northwestern uh, Africa right over there. You can see wind shear is playing a big role within keeping these storms very, very weak. And you see as the wind shear goes on, you see the wind shear is expected to stay the same over the Gulf of Mexico, still stay strong over the Gulf of Mexico. You can see the wind shear does not give out yet. It may have a little break through the True 7 throughout the western Gulf of Mexico. Have a little break, winds become a little lighter, but wind shear is gonna be very strong throughout the Gulf of Mexico within the next couple days. So yeah, that's going to keep this storm from developing, this AL91 disturbance from developing at all. That's why the National Hurricane Center has given it a better chance of developing because of that staying over warm waters. Actually, the warm waters keeping this storm, surviving instead of just wind shear. Uh, so yeah, uh, the storm is expected to develop. We have a 50% chance of developing. It may become a tropical depression. I don't think it's going to become a tropical storm, but if it does, I'll keep you guys updated. Let's look at windy. Let's look at ocean temperatures right over here. Now, as you can see, let's look at the temperatures of the ocean right about now. Temperature. You can see where the storm is situated right over here. You can see the ocean temperatures are fairly warm around the storm and 80 degrees around the storm, but the centers, of course, are very colder. So the Gulf of Mexico is pretty warm, especially western Gulf of Mexico. You can see the ocean temperature around 30 degrees Celsius, 80 degrees Fahrenheit. So the storm is meandering over warm waters right over here, and it's expected to move south. You can see the warm water is expected to, be warmer as it moves south. So this storm is expected to move over these warm ocean waters and expected to develop into a tropical depression as a national hurricane center. That's 50% chance, so half and half. I expect it to be a tropical depression, but the National Hurricane Center giving it a 50% chance. And yeah, this is all it from this storm. I'll keep you guys updated. I appreciate everybody for tuning into my video. You guys like and subscribe if you want to see more content. And I'll see you all later. It's 4 Cyclone here coming back at you. I'll see you all later.